This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike CTR360 Maestri 3 in the brand new reflective pack colorway. Now, as with all top-end models from Nike, a string bag is included. This particular string bag is white on the front, with the strings as well as the back of the bag being gamma blue. You're going to find the Birds of Prey skull logo there on the back. And then on the front, you're going to find a Nike swoosh in black and gamma blue with a pattern that matches the reflective material on the shoe itself. So we'll get that out of the way, get the shoes out of the box. And if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the CTR360 Maestri 3 in the brand new reflective pack colorway. As with the rest of the reflective pack, I should say, the theme remains the same, where you have a predominantly white upper, your black accents, and then your main accent color for the shoe itself. So like I said, all white upper, you can see reflective pattern going through the middle of the shoe. One thing to note regarding the reflective pattern on this shoe is that it's mainly through the midfoot and outside of the heel, whereas on the instep there is nothing reflective whatsoever, which you guys will see more of in just a second. And of course you do have your white reflective laces right there. Black Nike swoosh can be found on the outside of the boot as well as on the instep. And then of course you have your gamma blue accents in the heel liner, insole, as well as the outsole itself. And the gamma blue outsole is translucent, as you guys can see, which looks very, very cool in my opinion. So without further ado, let me turn off some lights so you guys can get a better idea as to how these things look when they are in action, because it is a very, very cool effect. And here it is, guys. This is a look at the reflective material in action on the CTR360 Maestri 3. Personally, I really like the pattern on this particular shoe. I just wish they would have put something on the instep. You can see, you still see a little bit of the heel right there, but for the most part, all of the pattern and all the reflective material is through the midfoot of the boot. Very cool design. You have these kind of arrows pointing in either direction with some kind of wear going through there, giving it a little bit of an aged look. Very, very cool design, very, very reflective. And I think all the colors on this particular shoe work very well together, and I think that the CTR360 design as a whole works well with this reflective pattern. So definitely a very good implementation of the material by Nike on the Maestri 3. But that's pretty much it as far as what the shoe looks like and what you need to know about the colorway. And to move on next to the technical specifications of the boot itself. With the release of the Tiempo Legend 5, the Maestri 3 is now the oldest inline Nike model on the market. But with that being said, it is still a fantastic performer and definitely holds its own to all of the new shoes that have come out after it. This is a boot that won my Boot of the Year for 2012. And if you guys are looking for more information on the overall performance and feel of this particular shoe, be sure to refer to the full written review on my website, linked down below in the description, as well as several videos that I have regarding the Maestri 3, such as a playtest, as well as other comparison videos that I'll leave some annotations to on screen. Now, as far as what the main feature is for the Maestri 3, it is definitely the Kangolite synthetic upper. Kangolite is Nike's synthetic material designed to mimic the feel of natural kangaroo leather while still maintaining the benefits of a synthetic material, and it does that very, very well. To the untrained eye, it definitely does look very, very leather-like, and if you were to put somebody uneducated about soccer shoes in the Maestri 3 and told them it was leather, they would most likely not guess otherwise. They would probably just think, oh, this is a kangaroo leather shoe, and think nothing of it, because it really is that close to natural kangaroo leather. So if you're looking for that natural, soft, leather-like feel, you're going to get it from the Maestri 3, while still maintaining the benefits of a synthetic, in that it's a little bit more lightweight, it maintains its shape a lot better, and for that reason it doesn't overstretch, and it also dries a lot more quickly, not to mention that it doesn't require any kind of maintenance. So it's going to kind of feel soft for much longer than a natural leather would, with none of the maintenance. So you're going to have a little bit of texturing on the upper itself. It does have a synthetic leather grain finish, as you can see. There's a little bit of dimpling right there, which doesn't do much in terms of feel or performance, to be completely honest with you guys. And then of course the boot also features ACC all conditions control technology, a common feature on all the top end models from Nike, in that it acts as a wet control element for the upper itself, allowing for a little bit better friction between your foot and the ball in wet weather playing conditions. You're also going to find somewhat of a passing/control element in the form of these rubber strips on the instep of the boot. They have a little bit of texturing. Some of them even have these little kind of fins hanging off. It just adds a little bit of additional grip on the ball and makes for a slightly more solid impact through the midfoot of the shoe itself. Not a huge factor in terms of the overall feel, but definitely something that you will notice here and there. Now, probably one of the most noticeable things about the Maestri 3 is the lacing system, and that is pushed to the instep as opposed to being more traditional going down the middle or even to the outside of the shoe. Now, the reason for this design is to have a very clean area to make contact with the ball when controlling on the instep and top of the foot area. It doesn't get in the way of shooting if you guys are worried about that, and for the most part it offers a very, very clean and snug fit on your foot that I'm personally a really, really big fan of. The Maestri 3 is also a very comfortable shoe for those of you wondering. The tongue itself is made from Kangalite as well and features a thin strip of memory foam going through the middle. So again, lace bite is not an issue even though the laces run through that main bone on your foot. You can see that it has a about a mid cut, I would say, as far as the ankle area. It's not high cut, it's not low cut. It's kind of right there in the middle, so it's going to offer a nice supportive feel. And one thing that is a little bit different about the reflective pack colorway is that instead of a synthetic suede liner on the inside, it is instead a synthetic leather. So if you weren't a fan of the suede and you wanted something a little bit different, this is the only colorway of the Maestri 3 that's going to offer that to you. It also has a decent amount of padding there, so again, comfort should not be an issue. Now the insole is fully removable, as you guys can see. You're going to find that Birds of Prey logo right there on the heel in black. Features gamma blue color, as you can see. It's a synthetic leather liner on top with a little bit of texturing going on in the forefoot and toe box area. It's one single layer of foam that is perforated, not all the way through, as you can see. It's a decent insole, provides some decent cushioning. Basically, it's the Legend 5 insole without the pour-on insert, so it's a little bit more lightweight and a little bit more low profile, but definitely does get the job done. Now, moving on to the outsole itself. This is a unique outsole in that it's a very thin type of plastic. It's a little bit stiffer than your standard TPU outsole, and because of that, it feels lower to the ground. You're much closer to the ground, offering a very stable feel, but it doesn't have any kind of issues as far as stud pressure or anything like that. If that is something that you're worried about, there are 2 stiffener bars going through the midfoot, so again, rigidity is not an issue when striking the ball, and the stud pattern itself performs very, very well. All the studs are fairly narrow in profile, so on firm natural grass playing surfaces, they offer plenty of grip as well as plenty of maneuverability, which is part of the unique design here. You're going to notice that all the studs on the instep of the shoe feature rounded edges, whereas all the studs on the outside of the shoe are pretty much standard blades with all straight edges. Now the reason for this is because once your foot is planted, you're going to have that ability to kind of twist and turn still, and the rounded edge on the stud actually releases from the ground a little bit more quickly than a bladed stud would. So because you're releasing from the ground mainly on the instep, they went with a rounded stud, and then on the outside, where you're just going to need that pure power when planting and that straight up grip, you're going to have more of a bladed stud just because it's going to perform a little bit better. So you kind of get the best of both worlds here in terms of conical and bladed stud patterns with the Maestri 3, and overall it is a fantastic stud pattern when it comes to traction as well as maneuverability. So that's pretty much it as far as the tech specs for the shoe itself, and move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. Being that the Maestri 3 offers a very solid, very leather-like feel on foot, you might expect it to weigh somewhere between 9 and 10 ounces, but it's actually much lighter than that, which you guys will see in just a second. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 8.3 ounces, which, like I said, is very lightweight for a shoe that's going to offer a more leather-like feel. So if you want something that's perhaps a little bit more traditional, a little bit more padded in terms of the touch on the ball that it's going to provide, but at the same time is going to be modern and lightweight, the Maestri 3 definitely fits the bill there. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video, and move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Maestri 3s on feet. As you can see, I have the lighting set up so you guys can get one more look at that reflective material in action. Very cool looking pattern on the Maestri 3 in my opinion. But as far as the overall fit and comfort of this shoe goes, it is extremely comfortable. The Kangalite from right out of the box is soft and flexible and just moves and feels very natural against your foot. It doesn't have that same ability to stretch as a natural leather actually would. So keep in mind that the way it fits from right out of the box is more or less the way it's going to fit after it's broken in. It will give a little bit in terms of width, but for the most part it will retain its shape pretty consistently. In terms of width, I would say that it's a wider fitting shoe, but at the same time, it's not excessively wide. It will be suitable for most foot types. There's a decent amount of width due to the cut of the laces through the midfoot as well as in the forefoot area, but the toe box is definitely a little bit tighter, so if that is something that bothers you, you may want to stay away from the Maestri line. But for the most part, I would say the majority of foot types will fit very comfortably into the Maestri 3. In terms of sizing, they do run about a half size small. That just goes for the whole CTR360 line. So instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I had to go up a half size to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you guys are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up for the most comfortable fit. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Reflective Pack CTR360 Maestri 3. This is a great looking colorway on a fantastic shoe. It has recently fallen out of favor just a little bit because of all the new releases from Nike as well as Adidas, but trust me when I say that this is a fantastic performer. If you are looking for something that's going to offer a more traditional type of feel for the ball, but has all the modern benefits of a shoe made in 2013. So again, if you guys are looking for more information on the overall performance, be sure to refer to the full written review linked down below in the description on my website, soccerreviewsforyou.com. On that same review page, you'll also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get yourself some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.